Day 3, another glimpse into the glamour of the Inca Trail. Time, 6:30 a.m. This was the latest we got to sleep in the entire trip.
40 minutes till breakfast, probably now 30. 20 minutes just to roll up this sleeping bag.
I never claimed to be outdoorsy, so rolling up this sleeping bag proved to be a challenge for me, and I have to assume it's the closest thing to getting somebody back in the womb once they're already out. Yet another flattering angle.
And lucky for us, we have one more morning of doing this.
Utilizing every tactic I could possibly think of. A frustrating experience, but goddamn, it is gratifying upon completion. Pre-hike, we're greeted by some unsuspected visitors.
Nothing like a little breakfast. Look who came down to greet us this morning. First time this has happened. I mean, no offense, I find this a little disgusting.
Standard response by Emma, it's motherhood. My ovaries are going into overdrive. Standard response by me, stop.
They all came down that hill there to bid us adieu. Hey! High five? No? Second time I've been denied a high five on this trip. Emma. What do you have to say?
Hola chicos, welcome to the Inca Trail. We are on the third day. Have a look what you can see here.
Ruben once again trying to persuade all viewers that we're having a great time. And Ruben once again launching into some Inca history. Given that this was about the 64th lesson of the trip, here are the general reactions. Faith couldn't give two fucks. Team Kansas, fuck off. Lori, get the fuck out of my face. And Wilbur, our other tour guide, bitch, I can't wait for you to be off this fucking tour.
Now our plan is to walk down to the lunch, which is 3 hours walk down. About 3,000 steps down there.
As if my quads weren't hurting enough. Lead the way, Ruben. I'm slow. I cannot go first.
I'm sorry too.
So there goes kitty cat scaling the stairs.
Approximately 2,000 steps and 2,400 internal explicits later, the jungle opened up into what you could call a decent view.
The group enjoying a little scenery. Of course, me narrating it probably takes away some of the mystical qualities of the moment,
But then again, is there really anything tranquil about this particular scene? It'd been a long day. Emma just needed some sustenance to get her the final 1,000 steps to lunch. Obviously, she didn't earn the title Mama Grande for nothing.
finally made it. Last to arrive.
Over the course of our 3 days on the Inca Trail, Faith had established a porter boyfriend. 3,000 steps later, when we finally got to lunch, we were greeted with a round of applause as a direct result of her pseudo-romance. After dinner was the last time we'd really interact with the porters, so as a group we wanted to thank them for everything they'd done for us over the course of our trek. The white girl tripod from California opted into taking the helm.
Alright, what people who work in Mexico?
Perhaps unsurprisingly,
Alright, you
air
guys do it.
translation cued in at about a 3 out of 10 in terms of proficiency, so the torch was passed to a more qualified Spanish speaker. The guy on our tour, from China.
Don't mind me.
Gracias a ustedes formamos parte de este gran equipo y vamos a poder conocer a Machu Picchu el día de mañana.
Yeah!
Good job.
Good effort, ladies. Good effort. Great effort.
On the last day of the Inca Trail, before you hike the last leg of the trek, which is about 2.5 hours, you must wait for the gate to the trail to open at 5:30. Because everybody wants to beat the rush to Machu Picchu, all of the different tour groups form a line outside the entrance before it opens. In order to be the first in line, our group woke up at 2:45. Let me say that again so it sinks in. We had to wake up at 2:45 in the morning to pack up all of our shit, eat breakfast, and be in line by 3:30. Life is but a dream. Unfortunately, we were awake for it.
Everything's just dark. I just want you to know who I am.
Just another morning on the trail. Another normal morning. Well, I missed you.
He's singing. Solo.
You have to keep your light there.
The point where you realize why we woke up at 3 in the morning when you just look back at this never-ending line of people waiting and waiting to get into
You'd think when you've been waiting for 2 hours for a trail to open, everything would be prepped and ready by the time you were supposed to leave. Well, the funny thing about gates is they generally need a key to be opened. The funny thing about our situation,
Yes, that is
we didn't have one.
Yes, in case you're wondering, friends and family, this is a machete to open up the Inca Trail.
This was the solution. A machete. An innovative alternative to an unlikely problem. Although, in hindsight, given the way our tour had gone up to this point, nothing about this situation was surprising.
And we're in! We're in! We're in! We're in! And they're open! Welcome to Jurassic Park. And we're off. Just how I was hoping to start the day, with a machete.
The most fabled set of stairs on the Inca Trail is just before you reach a viewpoint called the Sun Gate. It's called the Gringo Killer. Lori demonstrates why.
Good work, team. Lori, you're looking great. You're almost there.
The Sun Gate pre-tourist flood. This was our first look at Machu Picchu. The Sun Gate post-tourist flood. And with a view like that, there's obviously only one option. Taking a selfie. At multiple angles. Our final descent. And please notice the lack of anything remotely resembling a railing. This was the standard scene on the entire Inca Trail.
Just want to say, no railings. No railings anywhere on this trail. 26 miles, 4 days, 55 Advils.
And there she blows.
One thing, just to know, that we're very resentful about, all these people got here this morning from a bus via Cusco. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, everyone in our group has been miserable for the past 4 days.
One thing about seeing Machu Picchu, you don't have to put yourself through 4 days of hiking hell to get there. You are able to take a bus plus train combo, which gets you there in just a few sweat-free hours. The only thing is, everyone who opts out of showering for 4 days to do the hike hates the hell out of everyone who arrives bright-eyed and bushy-tailed via the comfort of modern transportation. As a result, our group felt entitled to shit once we got there. The general group consensus was, these other fuckers couldn't possibly appreciate it like we did.
Next thing you know, you turn around. Fuck. This is why we woke up at 2:45 in the morning. 2:45. That line.
And now, 33 uninterrupted seconds of scenic views. As the trip began to wind down, it was time for a little reflection. I think I speak for everybody when I say it is an absolute necessity to get hiking boots for the Inca Trail.
Are you kidding?
You'd think after hiking down 3,000 steps, that would be it. You get to Machu Picchu, you're done. Spoiler alert. There are a lot more once you get here. This trip is the single best ass exercise you're ever gonna have. So, who needs a gym membership? Would the trip be complete without a little rain? Started out sunny, ended raining. Maybe a hailstorm to come.
Peru and its menopausal weather.
Sans poncho.
Here
Big Bruce style.
Here we are, soaked again.
Is it sweat or is it rain? Who knows?
And at the end of the day, can you really say you've been to Machu Picchu if you don't come face to face with a llama?
Okay, back up.
Further, can you really say you've been on a trip with Emma Tormey if you don't encounter her stalking down every animal within a 10-mile radius for a photo?
Okay, Emma, please, I'm making it. Well, roadblock. He does not
Luckily for us, the fun wasn't over just yet. And by luckily, I mean regrettably.
So here we are yet again. Finished Machu Picchu. Like I said, we're miserable. We come here, all of a sudden, if you look at the faces around the table,
At this point, after being relatively miserable for the last 4 days, everyone was on the fast track to getting shit-faced.
everyone's in a bad way. We've only been here for maybe an hour. It's bad.
Casual tour guides indulging in the devil's juice. Casual Faith and Emma causing the biggest scene at the table. The Brady Bunch keeping it cozy in their corner. Team Kansas with a slightly different approach.
Just so everybody knows, this is the point we've reached.
But ultimately, this was the general result.
Like I said, Machu Picchu taking many turns. Who knew we'd end up here? Also, another bit of bad news. We're here for another 4 hours before our train, so see you when we see you.
And perhaps the most confusing part of an already confusing day was the train ride home, when the Peruvian train officials decided to put on an alpaca apparel fashion show. May I present to you Emma Tormey, everybody.